Good morning, everyone. Good morning. As you can see, I'm on my way out the door. I thought I heard someone talking earlier. It had to been around 1 o'clock in the morning. And what it is, my next door neighbor got somebody knocking on his door 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning. They out there talking all loud and shit. And then I'm walking past the place up there, not too far from my house, and niggas sitting on the bench. Niggas sitting on the bench right there. Now, if he wasn't moving around, I would have never seen him there. New York ain't got nothing on these niggas from South Carolina, especially when you go to certain parts of South Carolina. The homeless population is out of control. Out of fucking control. Then another dude, he riding past on his bicycle early this morning. Right? These niggas be tripping me out. They be in their 60s, still riding on a fucking bike. Damn. This is a cigar. You know what? Let me do it like this. So good morning to everyone. It's Monday. I believe this is September the 15th. This is your homegirl, Arabia Barbosa, 914 Wishes County, New York. We still down here in South Carolina, unfortunately. We still here. I don't mean no harm, you guys, but it looked like, hold on. I'm passing all these little spots up here. This is not the worst spot. It's another spot darker than this area. I can't believe these people will not put no street lights down the street right here. But like I said,
Ain't nothing but a bunch of niggas that live over this in the area. That's all it is. The other neighborhood I lived in, which was up there on Decatur Street, is right there off of Dorchester Road, right here in North Charleston. The area was different. It had different type of people there. I mean, most of the people in that area worked. Half of these motherfuckers out here in this area, they don't work nowhere. They don't work nowhere. I'm going downtown to the other office, the one I've been dealing with, because they send me out. The other one that's only 20 minutes away from here, they don't send you out. You could be going there for a whole week. For some reason, they will not send me out. All you gotta do is look at my application. My application tells it all. What kind of experience I got, what fields I worked in. I don't know. I think they got certain people they just pick and choose. See right there? Concrete company. A concrete company right there. They do this every morning. They be up early every morning. I would have checked the other app for the jobs and shit, but they want me to go all the way to Mount Pleasant for only $30. I'm not going all the way to Mount Pleasant for no $30. Now that's the employment app that I found while I was cruising the YouTube streets. So I got up this morning, took a shower, got myself together, and now I'm walking downtown. Certain YouTube creators are live right now, but they're not talking about much. It's the same old bullshit. Laughing and joking about somebody else's difficulty. So that is. And then makes things bad, even worse than that. The person they were laughing at is on the panel. It's on the panel. Sometimes you gotta figure out what to do on this app. If you're gonna be somebody's doormat, this is the wrong place for you. I could understand supporting people, but when motherfuckers start making jokes and start laughing and thinking everything is funny, you gotta start pulling away from that person. Because these people on this app think just because they got a certain amount of subscribers and a certain amount of channels, that they're untouchable, that they think they rule everything. You don't rule everything, man. YouTube can shut down today or tomorrow, and where will your black ass be? And the thing that really fucks with me, and motherfuckers laughing about certain situations that might happen when people get locked up. They laughing and shit, but know this. If they was to get locked up today or tomorrow, they would be deported back to their fucking country. Shout out to the chat. Deported back to their fucking country. They know if they ever get into anything, they get caught up with anything, get locked up for a certain amount of time, and the And right authorities find out, they gone. Straight like that. But anyway, you guys, hold on. We going to the dark part. We in the darkness right now. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. I know it's early in the morning. Only a certain few be in the chat with me as I'm doing this. And I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Hopefully, I won't have to make any pit stops anywhere, just one. Sit down for a few minutes while I smoke my cigar and stuff. Yeah, that's the way I look at it. People up here thinking everything's fucking funny. I don't see nothing funny but the money. Y'all see that road? God damn. Ain't nothing funny but the money. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Yo, shout out to all my new subscribers. I got new subscribers on this channel. I appreciate them even subscribing, coming over. Yo, shout out to Donna. Shout out to Donna 2455. Yo, shout out to her. Because when I was on my bigger channel, Donna was one of my moderators. Once I cleared out all those rogue moderators, Donna was one of my moderators. It was Donna, DL, and Khadijah. The best three moderators anyone could ever have. The best three moderators anyone could ever have. I got a moderating stick too in certain chats under certain YouTube creators, but I'm talking about me. This channel has over 200 subscribers. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to the people that subscribe and support this channel. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your view. Thank you so much. But yeah, those three women, DL, Donna, and Khadijah, they were the best moderators I ever had. If somebody came in the chat that was wilding out, they got rid of them. They sniped them. If someone wanted to hit the link, they were the ones that pressed on to the name and would tell me, yo, don't let this person up. That's not who they say they are. Look, okay, that's the right person. You know what I mean? So that's what they would do. You know? I remember there was a couple of times I went live without my moderators being there, and somebody came up there and palm bombed the video. Anyway, to make a long story short, when that happened, what happened? I closed out the video, I deleted the video, and then one of my moderators, like when we came back, look, Ray, make sure you got rid of that video, boom, boom, boom. You don't need no problem on that channel. So that's exactly what the fuck I did. Damn, this. This is a Cheyenne cigar. So you know how that go. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, man. So I'm out early this morning doing this walk. I'm only doing it because I already know that if I go to the other place, The lady's not going to put me on the ticket. I already know that. If I come down here, I stand a better chance. Because I've been dealing with these people. This particular office, since I moved down here, 2017? But this company that I'm dealing with, they're everywhere. They're in Columbia, South Carolina. They're in Charleston. They're in other parts of the country. So when I was living in Columbia, South Carolina, because remember, I was in prison a few years back. So when I got out, I moved to Columbia, South Carolina. I moved to a halfway house up there. I stayed there for about 6 months. Then I left. Then I started living with Sergeant Crystal Reagan and my niece Sierra and my nephew Laquan. Because my brother Michael was still married to Sergeant Crystal Reagan at that time. So, I lived with them for about 6 months. Then I moved out. I moved to a place called Greenville, South Carolina. I stayed in Greenville until 2004. 2004, 2005, I left. I went back to New York. I stayed in New York. And I lived there all the way into 2014. And then I ended up moving back down here to South Carolina. Damn. This motherfucker's moving around early this morning. Motherfuckers moving around early this morning. And that looked like that van just came out of nowhere. That's why they said, don't be walking down this road right here. Because it's got a bend in the road. And it's dark down here. Can't see shit. I can't see. But I can see people if they're walking around. You know what I mean? I can see that. I just can't see everything. Yesterday was Sunday. Yesterday, Vince the Sniper went live. Went over there to go see what was going on over there. And, Soulfly had hit the link. Soulfly had hit the link. Just Jay had hit the link. Queen Regina had hit the link. And someone else had hit the link. I can't remember who else was up there. But they had a good little conversation. So shout out to Vince, the Sniper, for going live yesterday. Shout out to him. I think everybody enjoyed themselves, and I think everybody learned something new. Y'all, I learned some stuff I didn't even know nothing about. And it's about some of these niggas on this platform that are undercover gay men. Yes. And I used to always say to myself, if you're going to be gay, there ain't no need for you to be in the fucking closet. And ain't no need for you to hide that factor or nothing, because no matter how much you try to hide that shit, it's going to come out. People are going to know. People are going to find out about you, especially if they don't like you. That's what people do. That's what it's all about on these YouTube streets. But yeah, I'm going live this morning, and I'm just going to do this little walk. But yeah, Vince the Sniper had went live yesterday. Shout out to Vince. Shout out to everyone that was in the chat. And then a few other people went live, but I really didn't watch that shit. I'm more into what I'm into. And that's talking about some of these convicted serial killers. Convicted serial killers, those that are incarcerated right now, and those that are sitting on death row, and those that they have executed. So I'm more into that. I was always into that type of stuff anyway, because I think certain things need to be exposed, need to be talked about. There needs to be a conversation about certain things. Like that Ed Kemper dude. He was a serial killer during the late 60s, early 70s. He got caught up in 1973 after he killed his mother. And the only reason why he got caught is because he called the police on his own self. And I don't mean no harm. I really don't fucking mean no harm, but people in law enforcement do not do their fucking jobs. People that sitting on those police departments and running around in police cars and this, that, anything dealing with law enforcement do not do their fucking job. They are the most corrupt industry in America. Every police department is filled up with nothing but corruption. You can go to Yonkers, New York, it's the same way. You can go to White Plains, New York, it's the same way. In Yonkers, New York, the police are so corrupt that if you have a business, let's say you have a bodega anywhere, and let's say you've been established for maybe a year or two, right? You didn't get to your third year yet. You might have not hit your fourth year. Anyway, the police will come into your establishment and tell you that they need you to pay money to them once a week. It could be anything between $1,000, maybe $2,000 a week. If you don't have the money, they fuck with you. They fuck with you. They might lower the price, but it's called paying ice. That's what it's called. It's extortion, and it's called paying ice. And we got so many YouTube creators in the sector that know about certain shit, but they don't talk about that kind of shit. They won't talk about nothing. Only thing they want to talk about is another YouTube creator. Only thing they want to talk about is a bunch of gossip, a bunch of nothing, and a bunch of tonteria. Why don't you talk about the police corruption that is prevalent in this country, especially in New York, especially in New Jersey, especially in Connecticut, especially in PA, especially in Chicago, especially in Ohio. Yeah, we got a lot of YouTube creators talking about everything else, but won't talk about stuff that's really happening. Let's say you want to open up a business in a certain area, and they know about that area. They know what's going on. They got their ear to the street. They could tell you what you're going to be expecting. They can tell you what you're going to be facing. You know what I mean? I tell anybody, you open up a business in Yonkers, Mount Vernon, Portchester, Peekskill, White Plains, Tarrytown, Tuckahoe, Bronxville, Scarsdale, any place in Westchester County, you are going to be faced with certain dilemmas. Number one, the police is going to want ice from you. Number two, the city might want your property. The city might want your property. A lot of people don't talk about that. They're on this YouTube app all day talking about nothing. Nothing at all. It's best to let your audience know what's happening in the real world sometimes. I understand people want to have fun and laugh and joke and all this other craziness, but sometimes there comes a time where there's no time for laughing and joking. There's no time for no playing around. You got to be serious about certain shit. Look at me right now. I'm walking down the street, right? I know this is a high crime area right here. I'm not blinded to that. We got a lot of off-shot streets right here. Got dead end signs. When you go down certain street, got dead end signs. You got to turn back around. You got to turn back around to get out of that get off that fucking street or get out of certain neighborhoods. Let's be real about this shit. And I think I explained about North Charleston before. I think I've explained about downtown Charleston, South Carolina. You know why? Because I live here. I've been living here for quite a minute. Quite a while. Born and raised in New York. 5th-generation New Yorker. With Cape Verdean blood running through my fucking veins. But I moved down south a couple of years ago. And now I'm starting to rethink my decision. I don't think that was the best decision that I had made, but I had to make it at that particular time because I was going through some issues, some problems. But as I look at it now, shoot, I should be able to handle everything that come my fucking way. Look at this loser right here. See what I mean, everyone? I want y'all to see this. See what's up in front of me? Bullshit. Ain't nothing wrong with that fucking bike. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Motherfucker walking it. Probably stole that shit. They got a lot of that going on around here. People stealing people's property and shit. Yeah, right? He walking right from me with that bullshit. People think, I don't mean no harm. People think they so fucking slick. Let me get out of this situation. Let me get the fuck out of here. Because I already know what's going to happen. He getting ready to stop. Ask me a fucking question. He get close enough to me, he gonna ask me something. And I'm gonna pretend like I don't even hear him. Pretend I don't even fucking see him. Motherfuckers around here think motherfuckers are stupid. You can't trust everybody. They talking about New York and New Jersey. Shit. Go to some places in Newport News, Virginia. You'll see what I'm talking about. You will see. People say, people from the South are very friendly and very helpful. Where? Where they helpful? Where they helpful at? Who do they help? Most of these motherfuckers are all about ripping somebody off. All these motherfuckers down here is about ripping somebody off. Any place you go to in the South, that's all they do. That's all they about. And they want to talk about New York and New Jersey. They want to talk about Philadelphia. They want to talk about Chicago. They want to talk about Cincinnati, Ohio. But why don't you really talk about what's really going on in the South? And people will be, and first time when you say something like that, people will say, well, people from New York and New Jersey is making the place look bad. People from New York and New Jersey is making the place look bad. That's a goddamn lie. Half of these motherfuckers, let me tell you something. Half of the people that move from New York and New Jersey, let's say they move anywhere in the South, they don't make it their business to make trouble. They don't make it their business to rip you off. They don't make it their business to try to break in your house. They don't make it their business to try to sexually assault you. They don't make it their business to kill you. These motherfuckers down here. And it goes back to what I was saying about my ex-sister-in-law situation. She got killed up in 2011, Newport News, Virginia. Not only did she get murked, but my niece, my 15-year-old niece, my 13-year-old nephew, my 6-year-old nephew. And it was a nigga from South Carolina that did it. A light-skinned nigga. And I'll tell you something. When they locked his ass up, right? They locked his ass up. They had to extradite him from South Carolina back to Virginia. Back to Virginia. They did it. And then there was that moment of truth where I had to leave from New York, go to Newport News, Virginia. I had to sit there in Newport News, Virginia for 3 fucking months, meeting back and forth with the fucking district attorney, the dude that was running the district attorney office, and the detectives and the police down there. And I questioned the police. I was like, why didn't y'all do your fucking job? The woman had an order of protection. This woman had an order of protection. It wasn't served that day. She called 911 that particular day. A few hours later, she was dead. She was dead. You can't tell me the fucking police be doing their fucking job. And I questioned the DA. Like, yo, why? I told my brother, I said, your children are dead. Go ahead and sue. Go ahead and sue the city of Newport News, Virginia. Sue the police department for not doing their fucking job. And sue whoever else is responsible. Sue the families. Sue the dude that killed him. Yo, when that district attorney asked us, what do you want to see happen to this man? You want to see him get life in prison? Or do you want to see him with the death penalty? I said, yo, kill that motherfucker. The whole family voted for the death penalty, except for Sergeant Crystal Reagan mama, except for Miss Linda, because Miss Linda was like looking at it one way. I said, Miss Linda, why would you want to keep alive the nigga that killed your daughter, the nigga that killed your grandchildren? That's why I say, black motherfuckers. And this is the problem with the black community. We don't have no love for each other. I don't mean no harm. Miss Linda did not raise Sergeant Crystal Reagan. Crystal was raised by a relative of the mother. She was raised by Mom Boone. Come on now. Come on now. There's different examples how black people totally fuck over each other. That we don't value each other. We don't do anything for each other. We don't help each other. And that's real, man. People say, babe, that's not true. Babe, you feeding into the stereotype. No, I'll tell you what the fuck I know. Crystal mama did not raise her. So of course, she didn't have no real love for Crystal. Crystal had a whole lot of love for her mother. Crystal used to give her mother money. Crystal used to pay the mother's bills. Crystal did a lot for the fucking mother. And what did the mother do? Turn her back on her own fucking daughter. And that's how motherfuckers from the South get down. That's why I keep telling my nieces and nephews, do not get involved with people from the South. Do not date them. Do not court them. Do not have no children by them. Leave them niggas alone. I kept telling my brother, I try to encourage my brother to encourage my 2 nephews not to fuck with women from the South. Because I know how these bitches down here get down. I'm sorry I'm offending people, but I'm telling the truth, what I know, what I believe, and what I've seen with my own two fucking eyes. Let me tell you something. My mother, the woman that bore me into this world, she had 5 children. This is where this bitch is from. She's from Charleston, South Carolina. That's how I know about niggas from Charleston, South Carolina are not to be trusted. They're not to be believed. I'm telling you, man, I didn't know this bitch from a can of paint. I came down here. This is why I'm down here. This is why I'm stuck. I came down here. I spent some time with her. Soon as this bitch wasn't getting the shit that she thought that she was entitled to, this bitch actually thought she was entitled to certain shit. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't give a fuck who get mad. I beat the living shit out of that bitch. I beat the living shit out of that black bitch. And as I was finishing what I was doing to her, I sat on top of her and my pussy let go. I released. And that's how I do. When I get mad about a certain situation and that situation is over with, my body just automatically just pew, release. Relax, release. That's what it does. Shout out to the chat. Certain things will just kick off your spirit. All right, shout out to the chat. I don't know what time it is, but we down this street. Yeah, man, but that's how I really feel about niggas from the South. South Carolina, wherever the fuck they from. I remember a few years ago when I met my father was like, he was telling me about the history of his family, the relationship he had with his father. His father, my father's father, was from North Carolina, a place called Roxborough, North Carolina. This man was 6'3". He was thin. He was light-skinned. He had freckles, and he had that fire red hair. That man was a terrorist. He terrorized my grandmother for years, was beating on my grandmother, beating on my father, cheating on my grand. That's why I said you can't trust motherfuckers from the South. You can't. Birdman, I dealt with Bird, but I dealt with Birdman in a certain way. I knew what the fuck I was doing when I dealt with him. Certain things I trusted him with, and other things I did not. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, you cannot. And I'm going to tell you another thing. I ain't never got pregnant. I ain't never had to worry about that. Because I knew none of these dudes were going to do the right thing. So people going to say what they want to say about me. At least I know I'm not a whore. Shout out to the chat. I might be a whore for the LGBTQ community. Even that motherfuckers give you a hard time. But yeah, that's how niggas from the South get down. They terrorize the families they make, and if they didn't make the family, they try to do everything in their power to try to destroy everything. That's what they do. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Now, people talk about people from New York and New Jersey, and ain't nothing like these drop shot, no name, all brand, drag nasty sons of bitches down here. And I'm saying that from the bottom of my Cape Verdean heart. You can't trust niggas. Not from South Carolina, not from North Carolina, not from no parts of the South. Virginia, I don't give a fuck. Georgia, Florida, all of them. You can't trust niggas from there. Because they don't have no loyalty. They're not about nothing. All my closest people are all from fucking New York. When I deal with people off this app, and I met them here, guess where they from? They from New York. They ain't from the South. New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Cincinnati, Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts, Rhode Island. Those are the niggas I deal with. I don't deal with niggas from the South. You can't believe them. You can't trust them. I'm getting ready to walk to this office right now. I bet you 3 of them going to be drunk. But instead of her firing these motherfuckers, she keep them on. Instead of getting rid of them, she keeps them. Why? You can always get new people to work for you. I don't mean no harm. I think she's kind of scared to get rid of some of these dudes. They've been working with her. I don't mean no harm. Some of them been there way before I got there. Way before I got there. But I don't give a fuck because she's losing money behind them same niggas she's trying to stay loyal to. Sometimes you got to cut your losses and just keep it moving. Cut them and keep it going. You're going to hire new people. And most of the people she's getting now, they got trades. They got skills. Motherfuckers know how to read a tape measure. Motherfuckers know how to work a hammer. Motherfuckers know how to bend pipe and plumbing. These other motherfuckers, these little drop shot, no name, all brand, drag nasty motherfuckers. And all them that got them skills, let me tell you, all them that got the skills are all from New York. All of them. Shout out to the chat. Every last one that's elected is from New York. Plumber from New York. Carpenter from New York. HVAC from New York. Everyone that has a skill that's in that fucking office is not from South Carolina. All of them are New Yorkers. Most of the people that I used to work with, they are fucking retired. There's one dude, he was from Boston, Massachusetts. Boston, Massachusetts. He was a cool dude. I enjoyed working with him. He retired now. He don't work for them no more. He retired. Most of the good ones, they all gone. They just got this bunch of street trash working for them now. That's all it is. That's all that's left. For real, for real. Even the other company I deal with, same thing. Same fucking thing. I remember the last time I was up there, I was talking to this dude. He was from Brooklyn. And we were just out there talking about New York and chopping it up and laughing and having a good time. You know, and he was like, Ray, I'm telling you, you a cool person. You always stick to yourself. Every time I see you come to the office, you always stick to yourself. You be on your phone. You don't be fucking with nobody. Keep it that way. Don't fuck with these niggas. Only thing they trying to do is set you up. And sure enough, he right. That's all these niggas down here try to do is set people up. And sometimes they set you up to get killed. Everybody that smile on your face is not your fucking friend. And just like I explained to some of y'all a few days ago when some people found out that Birdman was no longer around. Oh yeah, they really started cheesing then. But I was like, I already had it in my mind. I'm like, yo, I already know this nigga. I already know what this nigga's about. You know, I ain't fucking with him. You know what I mean? High, bye, and keep it moving. High, bye, and fucking keep it moving. Because everybody that smile on your face is not your fucking friend. And half of the people on this app is the exact same way. I can count 5 people on my fucking hand. And everybody that subscribed to me, it's only 5 motherfuckers that are really loyal to me. 5. And don't none of y'all know who they are. None of you. Because they don't typically type in the chat. They don't typically type. And that's reality. Oh, going down this street. Yeah, long way. Well, it's not a long way now because I see the building up there that I needed to see. I see that building. But yeah, and that's the way I feel. Shout out to the chat. Those that are not here will catch the playback. I'm gonna leave this fucking video up because I want everybody to hear what the fuck I had to say. If you're not here, you catch the playback. Shout out to the chat. This is what I used to do when I was on my bigger channel. I start off by myself and then it build up. You know what I mean? And I already do my content enough to satisfy me. I don't have to satisfy nobody else. If the people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. But I'm going to tell what I know about life and about certain situations. I'm not going to get up here and start gossiping about these loose lip motherfuckers on this app. Half of them are beta males anyway. Half of them are beta males anyway. They ain't no alpha males. Half of them. And like I said, there's a lot of undercover yags. And I got my list. Oh, I got my list. And I'm going to drop that list. And you know what? People going to get mad. But that's my fucking opinion. Since people want to have a fucking opinion about me, I got a fucking opinion about you. And you're not going to like it. And I don't give a fuck. Look at this building right here, you guys. Shit. I remember a couple of years ago, me and Mr. Montgomery, we was working on this building. And Mr. Montgomery is not from South Carolina. Mr. Montgomery is from California. So his way of doing things, and he had a skill. The man was a certified carpenter. That man was in the Navy, served in the Navy. Most of the dudes I deal with are all veterans anyway. I don't want no ordinary, plain Joe talking to me in my fucking face. You can't learn nothing from them anyway. What can you learn from them? Absolutely nothing. Those men that served in the military, and that's another thing I don't like. We got motherfuckers on this app, in this sector, that totally disrespect people that served in the military. I'm gonna tell you, there are certain YouTube creators in this sector that disrespect people that service this country in the military. They tell you it was a stupid idea that you had. They don't respect your decisions. You're supporting these people day after day after day after day, but they don't support nothing you do. They don't support your decisions. They don't support how you live your life. They don't support what you think about with your own ideas. That's why I say a lot of you on this app, in the sector, don't even have your own fucking mind. You're following behind motherfuckers that don't like you. And that's straight to the mat. Shout out to the chat, man. Just Jay live the other day, right? Certain people came into the chat. They started trolling her. She did not stop her commentary. She kept going. And she told them how she thought about them. And I don't mean no harm. She was telling the truth about a lot of you niggas in this sector. You call yourself following after certain YouTube creators. Them people don't respect you. They don't like you. They said it over and over again, how they dislike the military, how they don't honor people that service this country for the military. And I don't mean no harm. A lot of you are getting your military benefits right now. A lot of you are doing very well. Why? Because you made the decision to service your country. You went into the Navy, you went to the Marines, you went into the Army, you went into the Air Force. Some of you went to the Merchant Marines. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. And one thing I know, you gotta support people that are in the military. My grandfather, as low down as he was, as trashy as he was, he even joined the military when he was a young man. He fought during World War II. He fought for this country during World War II in the Navy. His name is remembered. His name is on the rolls. I checked it. He served during World War II and in the Navy. My uncle, my father's brother, the only brother my father had, he served in the military. He fought during the Vietnam War. He was in the Navy. He was a Navy man. My cousin, Alfred Dwight Textera, he served in the Marines. He served during the Vietnam War. Most of the people that I grew up with, most of them, those that made something out of themselves, usually joined the military. Those that did not, those that decided not to go and hang in the street, guess what? Some of them are dead. Some of them are dead. Some of them are 6 feet under. Those that went into the military, they did a darn good job. Even though Sergeant Crystal Reagan is dead and gone, at least I can say for her, while she was here, she had a beautiful home, she had a vehicle, and she had money in the bank. That's what she had. And I don't mean no harm. That's what the military gives you. Sometimes you got to go where you don't want to go to make it, to even have something. If you listen to some of these clowns in the sector on this platform about anything dealing with life, you a damn fool. You a damn fool. And one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to listen to somebody that talks bad about the military. I'm not going to support you. I'm going to talk shit about you. That's what I'm going to do. Exactly what the fuck I'm going to do. I think that is disrespectful. And I think people are blinded. They're blinded because what it is, they trying to be loyal to someone that's never going to be loyal to them. They're trying to be loyal to someone that's never going to be loyal to them. The person don't even respect your life decisions. They don't even respect your choices, but they respect your money. That's what they really want. They want your view. They want you to hit that like button, because if you notice, some of these YouTube creators in the sector is crying about the like button not being hit. People that come over here, they can hit the like button all they want. I don't care about that, because at the end of the day, I'm going to see what the views was for this video and what the likes were. But it really doesn't matter at the end of the day, because I get more views on my other videos. And if I'm going to tell you something, if I was over here talking shit about True Essence or about Lonnie or about anybody on this app, this whole fucking chat would be filled up with people. People would be trying to find a way to hit the link. Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that when people get on this fucking app and talk bad about certain YouTube creators that other YouTube creators do not like, oh, they'll be all in your chat. They'll be hitting the like button. They'll be sharing the fucking video. Oh, yeah. Now you got like 10 million friends and you don't even know where the fuck these people came from. But as soon as you don't talk about the people that they hate or the people that they dislike or don't respect, as soon as you don't talk about that, you ain't got nobody sitting with you. That's why I said, I might got over 200 subscribers. It doesn't fucking matter. As long as I got that 5. The 5 from off this platform. Riding with me. Been riding with me for years. Before I even started any of my bigger channels on this platform, they was riding with me for like more than a year, 2 years, 3 years. Some people been riding with me 4 years. Some people get in touch with me off the rip. Hi, Raby, how you doing? What's going on, Ray? You know what I mean? Shit like that. Not no bullshit about nobody on this fucking app. Oh, shit. We ain't got time for that crap. We got too much going on. Everybody want to talk about that dude that got shot up a few days ago. Y'all, it's bad when people lose their life. But let's be honest. Let's be real. The man was a racist. The man was another carbon copy of George Wallace. The man was a carbon copy of Ronald Reagan, Strom Thurmond, any dude that ever joined the Ku Klux Klan, or any dude that became a Nazi. He was that. I don't feel bad about him losing his life. I feel bad for his children. They're going to grow up without a father. But if the mother is a whore, the mother would get married right away. Trust me, them kids will be just fine. Those kids will be just fine, because when Malcolm X got killed, guess what? Guess what? Nobody was worried about Malcolm X being killed. Nobody was worried about what was going to happen to his children. Only a certain few reached out and helped Dr. Betty Shabazz. Rest in peace, Dr. Betty Shabazz. We had some really strong women back during them days. We had some really strong women back in those days. There are no more Winnie Mandelas. There are no more Fannie Lou Hamers. There are no more Shirley Chisholms. What are we dealing with now as far as politics is concerned, as far as females is concerned? Whatever's left in Congress, whatever's left in the Senate, whoever's governor or mayor or city council, nobody gives a fuck. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, but that's the way it runs. When you not fucking with the people, when you not, and that's what I have discovered. That's what I have discovered. These people on this app are so fickle. They think this is how zombified some people are. This is how zombified some people are. They think if they go to war with the Empress, Lonnie One Love over there, that their channel is going to grow. No, your channel is not going to grow. You might do good for a little while, but then what's going to happen? You're going to have to find content. You're going to have to find something to talk about. And if I don't got an issue with anyone on this app, I'm not talking about them. I don't give a fuck who don't like them. That's your fucking problem. If you don't like them, that's your fucking problem. You eat that. You sleep with that. You know, sleep with your own feelings. Because when you wake up in the morning, that's who you facing. When you walk in your bathroom, you use the bathroom. You take you a shower. You brush your teeth. You wash your face. You do everything you can. But when you look in the mirror, that is who is there. Ain't nobody else there. Your moderators are not there with you. Your subscribers are not there with you. When you turn off this app, when you log off, you are by yourself. And now you have to sit with whatever you said and whatever you did on this app. You thought you was getting over. You ain't getting over. You just buried yourself. You just buried yourself. Look at that across the street. We was over there a few days ago. Yeah, that's what I found out. Motherfuckers sit with you when you beefing, you arguing with people. But when you ain't talking about that bull jive, you ain't talking about none of that jive turkey shit, nobody want to sit with you. Everybody got their hands up. Nobody know what's going on now. And I watched people. When I was in that chat that one night, and I saw what I saw, and it was concerning me. I watched people in that fucking chat. I didn't listen too much to what was being said because I already heard it all before. But I watched the chat, and I watched who laughed, and I watched who did this, and I watched who did that. And I said to myself, those people, they've been on me for years, and they're going to laugh about something a clown is saying about me? You actually going to listen to what this clown is saying? This clown don't mean nothing. Sometimes you just can't support people because you already know they're going to turn on you. And that's the way it is in the sector. I don't mean no harm. Out of all the YouTube creators I have ever met, in this sector, it's only been one that has truly been silent, not silent, but solid. Only one. Yeah, we got some other ones that's pretty cool. They all right. They down to earth. But when they support you where it means something, it goes a long way. It goes a long way. Now, I have passed this building, I don't know how many different times. I didn't know they had a kitchen in there. I didn't know they had a microwave. I didn't know they had a coffee maker in there. It's plenty of time. But you know what? When I usually pass that building, it's during the daytime. It's never this late or this early. Oh, damn. Oh, shit, you guys. Holy shit, you guys. We did it again. We down here in downtown Charleston, way before the hour was even up. I left the house 50-some minutes ago. I'm already downtown. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, I know some people are busy this morning. I know some people are sleeping. Those that are not here, catch the playback. Those that are here, I appreciate your view. I appreciate you supporting this channel. Yeah. Even though it might be unpopular for you to do so, but it really don't matter, because as long as them other people ain't paying your bills, let me tell you something. As long as these motherfuckers ain't financing you, ain't fucking you, ain't feeding you, you shouldn't even worry about what they say about you. They're not doing shit for you. But when it's time for them to laugh at you and to make fun of you and have you on a fucking wall while they doing their fucking video, you'll see, because everybody takes their turn. Especially when you start speaking up for yourself. Especially when you are showcasing that you are independent. You're not zombified. You're not a zombie like the rest of them over there. There's a lot of people on this app that don't have no concept of who they really are. They don't know who the fuck they are. They think if they remain loyal to certain people that ain't loyal to them, that everything will be all right. But no, that's not the case. That's not the case. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, I walked downtown. I could have took the bus, but something told me it's Monday. Don't take no fucking bus. Walk down there. Some people say, hey, you should get a bicycle. Yeah, get the bicycle from where? Where I'm going to get the bicycle from? Walmart? Because I can't go no place else and buy no fucking bicycle. Because we got a bunch of bike thieves running around here. Y'all trying to get me killed. Y'all trying to get me locked up. Yeah, the police. If you are riding around on a bicycle, right, you might have bought the shit. You might have fixed this shit up. But let me tell you something. Somebody get mad at you. Number one, your bike either going to get stolen, or two, you're going to get a ticket and the police are going to be in your face. Because I just seen that happen not too long ago, where the police was in this dude's face about a bicycle he had for more than a little bit. Look at this shit, you guys. Look at this shit. You see that? You see this whole building, right? We had something to do with this building. This whole building. But guess what's right next door? And they're getting ready to tear down that other building. The one I'm showing you right there. They're getting ready to tear it down. And nothing but black people live there. There's no white people that live there. Nothing but black. Shout out to the chat. People say it's an economic divide. It's more than an economic divide. This is the South. Jim Crow exists, even if there are no signs. Let's say that again for the people in the back that didn't hear what I said. I said Jim Crow exists, even without the motherfucking signs. You don't need no fucking signs to see what people are doing. All you gotta do is be aware. Look at this shit. Now look at this. Let me show y'all something. You see this? This is where a lot of the construction equipment was at. Look at this. They installed this bullshit. What is this bullshit about? What is this about? All this is doing is running up money. This costs money to have this. It costs money to have this whole building here. All these fucking lights. Look how it's all lit up here, right here. You don't see no darkness, right? But as soon as you get out onto the street in certain parts, in certain areas, there are no street lights. There's a big difference. And they're letting you know they don't want niggas around. And I don't mean no black people. We have done it to ourselves. We have definitely done this to ourselves. Look at this shit. None of this shit was here when I first came to Charleston, South Carolina. That building right there was there. That building right there was always there. When I first moved to Charleston, that building has been there. And they're talking about tearing it down. They're talking about moving all the residents. Here come the cops. Cops always moving in a certain direction. Yeah, they looking at what I'm doing over here. And a few more minutes now, I want to put it past none of them cracker cops, none of them pigs. Thank God I got my ID on me. Yeah, man. They will stop you and be like, oh, you fit the subscription. A fat nigga like me fit the subscription of what? Minty Fresh? I fit the subscription of Minty Fresh. I fit the subscription of Dr. Rivers. I fit the subscription of a nigga that might be playing basketball or rapping on a rap music album. I fit the subscription. Oh, okay. Oh, I fit the subscription because I look like one of them niggas from Off the Wire. Oh, yeah, I fit the subscription of one of them niggas off the wire that be standing on the corner talking about black magic, 2 for 1, 2 for 1. Yeah, I fit the subscription. A store get robbed around here, I fit the subscription. And I might not even done the dumb shit. I remember a few years ago, they tried to say that I had committed a crime that I had nothing to do with. I had to sit in that fucking county jail for 9 months while they conducted their investigation. They questioned everybody and their grandma. They even went to the people that the place that the robbery was supposed to have been held at, and I was in the clear. But they wanted me to sit in fucking jail for almost a fucking year for a fucking crime. Why? Because I fit the subscription? Fuck out of here. When them niggas, I don't mean no harm. When them niggas here talking about Ray look like Minty Fresh. or what that other dude? Dr. Rivers. I be laughing. I be like saying to myself, oh, I look like famous niggas. I look like niggas that are doing something with themselves. Oh, that's who I look like. I don't look like you, a bum on YouTube gossiping about everybody and their grandma. Thanks for the compliment. I could care less what niggas be saying about me. They can all suck a bag of and get 2 scoops of fuck you right up their motherfucking asshole. And that's real. And motherfuckers want to talk about me. Tell them to walk a mile in my shoes. They won't be able to fucking do it. They don't They don't compete. You can't compete with, you don't compare with, and you don't qualify. Your application has been denied. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. People laughing and talking. Arabia this and Arabia that. You better be careful. You better be careful about how you talk about me. Because in a few more years, you might be in my position or in a much worse position. That's one thing I found out about people. People that have anything. Look at this say, babas. Baba. You know what Baba means? In Swahili, Baba means father in Swahili. As you read the title of this video, because I wrote it in, it said, Nini kuzimu. That means what the hell? If I was to say it in Spanish, I would say, ¿Qué carajo? ¿Qué carajo? What the fuck? ¿Qué diablo? What the hell? You know what I mean? It's different ways of saying different things. Nini kuzimu kila wakati. Those of you that want to know what's going on these YouTube streets, Twendi zetu marafiki, kuja na mimi. Come with me. Let's say it in Spanish. Ven aquí conmigo, mi gente. Ven aquí conmigo, mi gente. I'm saying in Spanish. What more do you want from me? People be thinking I be cursing out people in Swahili. No, I don't know the many curse words in Swahili. If I did, a few of you would be called those names. A few of you would be called those names. But the only thing I ask people to do, if you don't like me, don't watch me. If you don't like me, don't fuck with me. And I said it before. No carajo conmigo. No carajo conmigo. Don't fuck with me. But we got a lot of people on this app. They just can't seem to leave well enough alone. And I don't give a fuck what they say, because I already know they don't respect half of the people that support them anyway. They don't respect them people. Look at this neighborhood now. I'm gonna show y'all something. Okay. You see this building coming up right here? Hold on. This building right here. Only thing about this building, they got a lot of cameras in it. But I'm gonna show you something. Because they just built this place on this Main Street. We're on Meeting Street, downtown Charleston, South Carolina. We're on Meeting Street. That's where we're at. For those of you that don't know. Right over there is this place right here is where veterans live. Now, I don't know if they're still operational or open like that. But one thing I can say about certain places all over this country, they do have certain places where they do help the veterans. Yeah, they do help them. Look at this church right here. You got all these churches in downtown Charleston, South Carolina. There's only a few that actually help the community. There's only a few that actually help this community. This church is so, look at this church. This church is so worn down, broke down. It still looked like it was built during the 1970s. They need to fix this church. Fix it. Because in a little while, whoever owns this church, whoever paying the mortgage for this church, This church is going to be gone. Then white people going to come in and buy it. That's exactly what they do. Shout out to the chat. You see all this? White people buying all this shit up. They want everything going. Anything that reminds them of niggas, I'm going to put it like this. If it's not in a museum, they don't want to see it. Anything dealing with black people, if it's not in the museum, they do not want to see it. And y'all need to say, Nini, kuzimu, kila wakati about that. You see this place? Timber Pizzeria Company. Timber Pizzeria Company. I was just there a few weeks ago, helping them clean up in there. I was just there a few weeks ago. I didn't even stay the whole day. I think they had me, that ticket started at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I was done and out of there by 1:30. But the man still paid me for the full day. Habitat for Humanity is right here. I give it until the end of this year, and white people gonna buy everything around here. You watch and see. All these houses right here, they don't want these houses right here. They want apartment buildings right here. They want those apartment buildings that standing, that got at least 10, 12 floors to them. That's what they want down here. I'm telling you what they want. I've been here long enough. They doing the same thing in New York. So nowhere I go, I don't care where I go, it's going to be the same. Gentrification everywhere. And I'm going to tell you something about white people. They're not only doing it to us, they have done it to themselves. Before white people started fighting with us and killing us, they were doing it to themselves. Matter of fact, they're still doing it. They're still doing it. Ask any of them dudes that is a part of the Aryan Brotherhood that do time in prison. Ask any of them who get killed up the most in prison. I'm talking about unrest and riots, and mostly be them white dudes. A few blacks here and there, but it really don't be that much. It's the white boys running everything in the penitentiary now. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't want to hear that. But it's a reality. That's real. That's gangster. How y'all be saying it? Y'all be making all that nigga noise. I be saying that. That's gangster. Oh, shout out to the young lady that made up that catchphrase, nigga noise. Look at this. You look at this house. This house been here as long as I've been knowing it. Most of these houses in this area, they're getting ready to get rid of. It's got the notice on it, all that. These people are not playing with you. When it comes to that money, they are not playing. If you're not here giving them money, being about money, they don't want you around. Look at this. These are the projects. These projects have been here forever. In a few more years, they're talking about levering all these projects. You see that building right behind it? That's supposed to be one of the replacements for the projects. But where are all the poor people going to go? Where are all the people that don't have the Oprah Winfrey money going to go? Where are they going to live? They're talking about pushing them in North Charleston. Where? I'm telling you, man, it's going to be a lot of unrest in a few more years. Y'all think it's peaceful and quiet right now. It's peaceful and quiet right now out here in these streets. People say, well, Ray, it's early in the morning, it's dark outside, and nobody can see anything because where you're at, there's not even no street lights. I'm telling you, it's peaceful and quiet right now, But you just give it a few more years. All this is going to be lit up. All this is going to be lit up. That's going to be sectioned off. It's going to have a big fence around it, and it's going to have construction equipment around it. The people are going to be moved away. Oh, yeah, they got some people right here in South Carolina talking about if they have to move out of projects, they're going to move out of South Carolina. Well, move. Move out of South Carolina. Where are you going? Because you can't go to New York. This is not a natural disaster. This is not a hurricane that came in and blew your house down. The hurricane that's coming is called money. The hurricane that is coming is called finance. The hurricane that is coming is saying, if you don't earn a certain amount a year, you will not be in this area. We will remove you. That's what it's called. That's why I don't have no time to be talking about nobody on this app. I better talk about me and the things that's going on around me. That's what I better be talking about. Because ain't no bull jive turkey on this app can do anything for Arabia Barbosa. I can't learn nothing from some of these people in this sector. I can't learn a goddamn thing from. So what do? I have to go to other sectors of YouTube. Or I got to go on different other social media platforms just to have conversation with people I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got over 200 subscribers on this channel. Only 5 of you have been with me from the beginning. For each channel I have ever created, only 5 of you have been with me from day one. Yeah, I got my day ones and on certain channels and stuff like that, but I'm talking to the 5 people that have been riding with me way before 2001. Way before 2001. Way before 2015. I'm talking to you. You know who you are. You know who you are. I want to shout out to all my subscribers, but it's only 5 of y'all that really been rocking out with me for years and years and years. I'm 52 years old. We got women in the sector that's a little bit older than myself. They've been here for a while too. There's some that's younger. So we got different age groups on this platform. We got different age groups. Shout out to the chat. It's like 4:19 in the morning. I'll be at my destination in a little while. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, but I never really cringe from doing this walk. I mean, if it's necessary for me to do it, I do it. I do what's necessary for me. And I don't worry about nothing else or nobody else. And I can't talk about nobody. Not really. If I disagree with somebody, yes, I'm going to say something. I'm not going to stay silent. Because when you stay silent, then that's letting the person know you agree with what they're doing. No, sometimes when you disagree with somebody, you got to open up your fucking mouth. And if that means dividing the room, then that's exactly what the fuck it means. Because the room is going to be divided anyway. Because I keep telling people, even though I might support certain people on this app, let me tell you something. I am not a Kwamite. I am not a rabbit. I'm not a sniper. I'm not an outlaw. I'm not none of those groups on this app, not in this sector. Soda Nation. Soda Nation was here before any of those groups ever appeared. We were here before anybody. And we gonna be here when everybody disappears. We gonna be here when everybody leaves. We gonna be here when people's channels just stop functioning. We gonna be here when people get vanquished. We gonna be here for it all. We gonna be here. We've been here for a long period of time. When I first came to these YouTube streets, it was back in 2013. I didn't start doing videos until a few years later. There's videos I did, I don't even have any knowledge of where those videos are at because there was no channel started. I don't think there was a channel that I started back then. I don't think so. Because I believe I was still living in New York. And I wanted to do some things on YouTube. And I think one of my cousins had a channel. And she was like, oh, this is what you do. This is how you do it. Blah, blah, blah. You share it to this platform. You share it to that one. Whatever. I think social media was different back then. I don't know what it is now. It's just like I could be in somebody's chat. And if somebody say to me, well, Ray, I don't know where your channel is at. Can you drop your link? So I dropped my link in the chat so everyone can see what channel I'm coming from. You know what I mean? And I had to learn that on my own. I didn't know how to do it before. Because yesterday I ran into that situation. And one of the other moderators, she dropped my channel link, but I had dropped it a little bit before she did it. But anyway, I had thanked her for doing it as well. There are some people on this platform, they will rock out with you. They will support you. They will take up for you. They will speak for you, even if you're not in the room. And those people are very few and far in between. They're very few on this platform. You know what I mean? But it never amazes me that people will get up there and waste their time talking about somebody that they say they don't like. But at one time, you used to rock out with that person. Just like we got all these motherfuckers on this app used to rock out with KB, Kwame Brown, the troll. And then all of a sudden, we don't like that nigga. That nigga causing all that problem and confusion. That nigga, he doxing people. That nigga is behind this, that man. But y'all was all sucking his dick a few years ago. There's a lot of you on this app used to rock out with Kwame Brown, the troll, on these YouTube streets. And you think people have forgotten. No, no one has forgotten. It's just that people want to fucking move on. And I find it very interesting that the same people you rock out with, you chill with, 6 months down the line, maybe a year down the line, all of a sudden that person become the villain. All of a sudden that you can't stand that motherfucker. You hate that motherfucker. Let me tell you all niggas something on this platform, in this sector. I have never hung with no fucking Kwame Brown. I have never supported no fucking Kwame Brown. When Tommy Sotomayor was here, yeah, I supported him. But not no fucking Kwame Brown. Never rock with that nigga. I never trusted him. And the rest of you became dick suckers. Now you want to hide the fact that you was even fucking with the nigga. And that's why you don't like the old school niggas. That's why you don't like the OGs. That's why you don't like the ancient subscribers. Because we've been here way before any of y'all started the channel. Some of you are living your lifelong dream. What a dream. And your dream can turn into a fucking nightmare if you want it to. But your dream was already a nightmare. You know why? Because you was rocking out with a nigga that you hoping that people would never associate you with him. But we all know the fucking truth. At least I do. I know the truth. I was there when Hassan Campbell first came to these YouTube streets and started doing his commentary. I was there. I was there when Tanya TKO was rocking it out with her people. I was there. I was there when Cynthia G was doing her shit, rocking it out on these YouTube streets, on this platform. I was there. I was there when Tariq Nasheed was on this platform killing it. I was there. I've been here for everything. Some of you niggas just walked in. You just walked in the room. You don't know what fucking going on. A lot of you didn't want to mind your business. When Kwame said attack Tommy Sotomayor, that's what all of you bitch ass made niggas did. That's what you did. You did what your daddy told you to do. Go get your daddy. That's what the fuck they did. When Tommy Sotomayor was on these fucking YouTube streets, going at it with Kwame Brown, the troll, all Kwame did was get up there on his platform and said, all of you that rock out with me, go after Tommy. Sniper Tommy. And guess what you niggas did? You did that. But then a few months later, a year later, all you same played out motherfuckers started smiling in Tommy's face, talking like nothing ever fucking happened. Subtle Nation don't forget nothing. You go get your daddy. Because a lot of you, Kwame Brown is your daddy. Ears to the Street is your daddy. Certain YouTube creators that have been here forever is your fucking daddy. And you can't say that Kwame Brown ain't shit because y'all was all riding with him. Not just the Kwamites right now. Everybody talking about Garrett. Okay, Garrett is riding now. Biz 101 is riding. All them niggas, they're the Kwamites now, they're all riding out. But there was different ones of y'all. Different generations of y'all that was on this app. You did the merch dirt. You didn't mind your own fucking business. When you should have. And you're still having problems doing it. You still have issues minding your own fucking business. When Tommy was here and Kwame Brown told y'all to do what y'all did, you should have minded your own fucking business. You should have walked away. You should have pretended you didn't hear nothing. But you wanted to be down. You wanted some smoke. That's what you wanted. I'm at my destination. Shout out to the chat. Yo, let's keep this shit real. Let's keep this shit funky, man. Because ain't nobody on this app gonna convince me of nothing. And ain't nobody on this app gonna tell me what the fuck to do. I'm 52 years old. I don't have a gatekeeper. I don't have a boss. Nobody on this app is qualified to tell me a goddamn thing. When you stop sucking dick on this app, then you can come and talk to me. When you get the dick smell off your tongue, off of the sides of your mouth, then you come talk to me. Until then, don't say shit. Mind your business. Keep walking. Shout out to the chat. I know a lot of people don't agree with me. I don't give a fuck. You don't have to agree. I didn't need you in the first place. Look at this building right here. We got something to do with all these buildings. See that one back there? That's a storage unit. This right here is a hotel called the Moxie. We were just over there a few days ago. Got more homeless people on the damn street. And what's so sad, you guys, they got homeless people down the street, and there's a shelter right there, right across the street. They won't even go there to get help. They won't even go there. All they gotta do is go there and tell the people, look, my name is so-and-so. I need a place to live. I need a place to stay. Do you have any vacancies in which I can, use, utilize? And the people tell you no, you tell them, look, I need some resources. I need to know where everything is at. They will direct you in the right direction. And that same shelter has pointed people in the direction of the company I work for and the other company. You know what I mean? They have directed people to work at Goodwill. They have directed people to work at McDonald's. They have directed people to work at Jersey Mike's. They have directed people to work at the mall. They have directed people to work at Food Line or in Publix. They have directed people to work at different places. If the people want to get some type of training, you can go down there to your local one-stop office and see about what kind of training they offering. It's different things. It's different things, man. But these people would rather live in that over there across the street. Over there is one way in, one way out. Now they got that shit gated. I don't think anyone can get in there now. You know what I mean? Word. It smell real good right here. Smell like pine trees. Pine trees. Motherfucker in there, right? He's security officer working at the front desk. Instead of working, he's on his fucking computer. That's what a lot of you be doing. Y'all, instead of y'all be working, y'all be on your fucking computer and shit. I do it too. Sometimes when I be on a construction site or even when I was working at the Walmart, I was always on my phone. You know what I mean? This street right here, every time I pass this street, it just reminds me of everything. Everything, man. Before I moved from off these streets and went to where I'm at now. And, everything's different now. What time is it? Oh, shit. It's almost 20-something minutes to 5, so I'm going to close this video. I'm going to keep this video public. And those that were not here, catch the playback. Those that came in and didn't type in the chat, you just sat there and listened. Maybe that's all you needed to do for this morning. That's all you needed to do for this morning. And I appreciate your view. And I appreciate your support of this channel. But I gotta say what I gotta say. I know some people gonna get upset and all mad and twisted and start sucking their own dick, but hey, that's on them. I'm gonna be me. I'll be 53 in a few more months. Well, I give a fuck about anybody on this app, especially if you don't support me. You don't do anything to help me. You haven't done anything. So what the fuck I care? I don't. Those that support this page, you know who you are. You know who you are. Sometimes I shout you out when I'm on my community wall. Sometimes I shout you out on the community wall. But I'm talking to the 5 that been riding with me for years. Y'all rode with me way before I started any of these channels. Matter of fact, some of y'all been riding with me when I first created my first YouTube channel. And that has been more than just 4 years. It's been more than 4 years. Some of you have been here since 2015. Some of you have been here since 2017. It is what it is. Shout out to y'all. Peace.